Hello and welcome back to another video. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at conditional formatting and how we can use the conditional formatting to give us a heat map based on a data table. So the information we have in front of us, so along the horizontal in row 3 or the column headers we have the months of the year, so we've got from January through to December, and then in our rows, so in column B you can see we've got cities listed down. So we're going to treat this table as in this is maybe an issues log to show the number of issues that have been raised per city for each month of the year. And it just serves as a good purpose for us to demonstrate how to turn this into a heat map using the conditional formatting. So a heat map is particularly beneficial when as you can see in front of us now, we've got varying numbers and totals for each month, again across each of those rows. So by applying a heat map, it's going to give some colour scaling, should we say, to each of these numbers, so it makes it more visible to call out where numbers of concern or positivity may lie. So in order to do this, all we need to do is select all of our data, and as you can see these are just all random numbers that have been generated into our table for this purpose. So what I'm going to do is just select all of those number values, so everything for the months. And then we're going to go up into our ribbon and under the Home tab, we're going to select the conditional formatting option. So as we've touched on before with conditional formatting, there's various numbers or various ways we can use conditional formatting. But what we're going to do is just go down to color scales. And so if we go into here, you can see we've got a total of 12 standard options available to us. So if we go on to the very first one, we can see that if we click in there, it's now put some colour scaling into us, turned it into a heat map. So what is this telling us? Well, it's treating the higher numbers as a positive and the lower numbers as a negative. So basically, if you see a green number, i.e. 10, it's going to be green, and if it's a red, it's going to be a number 1. So it's identified that the lowest value in our range is number 1 and the highest value is 10, and therefore identified or allocated a colour gradient to each value in that range. So what we need to do is say, well, okay, does this serve the purpose? So are we happy that 10 is a good thing and number 1 is a negative? If that's not the case and we want to change, all we need to do is again select this data, back into our conditional formatting, and we can go into another option. So the easiest way to remember this is, well, obviously it shows you a little prompt here so we can see how it works. But I always look at what the colour is at the top of the scale. So as you can see at the top, it's doing green. So if it's the biggest number, it's going to be green. For us, because it's an issues log, we want the highest numbers to be a negative thing, because if issues are being raised, it's not good. And obviously, if only one issue has been raised in an area, then that's a positive. So we can select that. And you can see the scale is now flipped on its head. So any number that is a high, or the highest number, is going to be red. The lowest number, which is 1, is going to be green, and then any number in between those two is then going to be a colour gradient within that scale, so from green to red. So that's those two options we have for colour. We don't have to have all these different colours in the options. What we can do is go back into our colour scales, and we can see we've got various other options, but the most popular one that I often use is to go all the way in the middle across the far side here, the red-white colour scale. So you can see here now all of our the biggest numbers, so 10 is going to be in red, the lowest number 1 obviously in our scenario is going to be in white, and then there'll be shades and gradients for all those numbers that fall within that range. So again, the benefit of doing this is it's allowed us to take our very standard and basic looking table data and really sort of allow us to now focus on those high concerning points. As we can see, some quick sort of points to call out. You could look at this straight away by having this colour scheme on, and you can clearly see that September and October for the majority of cities it wasn't that bad. Obviously there's still issues there to be addressed, but the ones to really focus on we can see was more the sort of start of the year really. So February through to May we can see there's a lot of red, so that obviously it draws your attention there, and particularly in April and May for Cambridge and Birmingham we can see that they've got the darkest colours in there, so again that's another focus point to do. So this was a really quick video, and we hope that gave you a good introduction to how you can use conditional formatting to get these heat scales or heat maps into your data. It's also another way of, the most importantly, like we say, is to help draw attention to the numbers, but also it just gives you another variation you can apply and use in your data if you're doing a presentation, because obviously this looks a lot more pleasing and easy on the eye than just a standard blank white table of numbers would look. So again, we hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do give the video a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you are notified of all our new videos that are coming out. In the description of this video, you'll find links to our socials, so Instagram, Facebook, and also our website. So if you have any questions or you want to reach out to us there, feel free. And obviously, if you aren't already, go and give those pages a follow, because they also serve as a great way of being notified of any of our new videos, and we also post additional stuff on there as well. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next video.